Hello, everyone. I'm Marty Ken, along with my good buddy Ken Brown. We are your host of Local Sports Wrap-Up here on Channel 15, Wyandotte Cable, or Connects as they like to call it. And today is the 23rd of October, 10/23/23. Ken Brown, how the heck are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
How was your week? No more chasing kids around fall ball.
Right, yes. And it's kind of cold, so I heard it's supposed to be 74 tomorrow.
Yeah, be a good day to be on the golf course. I kind of gave that up.
Oh, yeah? No, it was a good week. Fall sports. I did go to a high school game. I went to Ipsy High's last game this weekend.
Friday night?
Yeah, and that was good. They lost to Lincoln, but other than that, man, not much. A lot of family time this weekend, which was good. About you?
I was in Vegas all weekend. As they say, jet set Chinesky. It was 90 degrees every day. It was very nice out. Didn't do much. Went to see U2 at the Sphere. If you don't know what the Sphere is, Google it. It's pretty cool.
Sweet.
Yeah, I got pictures. And the concert was great. It's a great venue, gigantic round ball. And, holds about 20,000. And it was a great show. Great graphics. You got,
Yeah, I like when you fly in and when I went there, it was an eyeball.
Oh, was
outside,
it the eyeball?
So it just looks like an eyeball with how red your eyes are when you're in Vegas. So I thought it looked sweet. I didn't get to go in, but it looks sweet.
Yeah, they have when U2's not playing and they're doing a residency and they're only doing a couple nights a week, 3 at the most, because they're old and they're not playing all the time. They don't need the money to play all the time. They do tours and picture it like a gigantic IMAX theater where when the rocket ship takes off, you feel it, your seat moving and stuff. I think that's the kind of stuff they do on the off days.
Got you.
And you buy a ticket and you can explore it all. And I believe that there's a speaker under every seat, I believe. Because when you turn around and look at the rows, they've got these. Yeah, it looks like it could be a speaker, it could be a vent. I kind of thought it was a speaker.
No.
Sounded great in there. I mean, it's. I won't go back. I won't go back and see the show. I mean, they got enough of my money for a weekend, and I've seen U2 a bunch of times, and that'll be the last time. Right. But I'm glad I went. It was great. So, football. We got results, and we got football playoff pairings, and we got a lot of state finals and. Yeah. Swimming and tennis, a lot to talk about.
Yeah, it looks like some good matchups. If we even start back with how the downriver was won.
We start with those scores from last week. We got them around here somewhere. There we go.
There they go.
Trenton, non-league game. Chelsea stuck it out.
That's 2 weeks ago.
Oh, that's 2 weeks ago? We'll get the other ones.
Here we go. Got the
now
most
we got
recent.
no TV. So.
Now we know that Carlson won it because they were going to win it last week with a win, and then they won. So they're 8-0. We know Allen Park came in second. They're 7-1. And then, there they go. Woodhaven bested Edsel Ford 31-8.
I'm impressed that Lincoln Park scored 18 points against Carlson. Will Carlson bring up the 9th graders?
Yeah, Carlson's got a good team.
Yeah.
And then you see Taylor lost to Trenton 34-8.
Southgate took care of Wyandotte 58-6-7, and obviously they had the one injury that got a lot of play on the news, the Villarreal.
Yeah.
And
our thoughts are definitely out with his family.
He's got to rest. He's got internal injuries. When you got something messed up inside your rib cage there, you really need to take it easy. Yeah. And we wish the kid nothing but the best. He probably, he probably just took the hit and thought nothing of it.
Yeah. The good news is he's young, right?
Yeah.
If it was older guys like us, we'd be in trouble trying to recuperate. But that young kid, he's strong as an ox.
Recuperating.
He'll be back. He'll be back. So rest up, Villarreal.
And he's a sophomore, I understand. Yeah. So he's got a few more years to compete at the high school level.
Mm-hmm. So we got to congratulate Carlson because they're 8-0 and they're the Downriver champs. By being the Downriver champs, what did that get them?
That got them a matchup in a home game against Livonia Churchill. And just those 2 words alone scare me, even though they were 4-5. and they got enough points, 48-ish, to get into the mix. Anytime you've got, what do you got? Livonia Churchill, you got Livonia Stevenson, yeah, and you know, they can pick from their crop of boys over there.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. It's a big school, or it's a big city that offers a lot of competition. So I think Carlson will do it though. 8-1, they've done all they could do all year to prove
The only
that
game they lost was their non-league game, and I believe they played somebody solid.
Yeah.
You know, I don't remember.
Right.
I wasn't here doing the show then.
Allen Park, which second place got them a date with Dexter. Dexter's 6-3. Allen Park's 8-1.
I think that's a 50-50 match there. I mean, I'd pull for Allen Park, seeing that my business is in Allen Park, but anything Dexter, them farm boys, 6-3, that stuff scares me.
Yeah.
The teams.
Hopefully it'll be nice weather so that Allen Park can throw it around, sling it around, and then I think they'll be fine. Generally, the favorites should win in the first round.
As you say that, in District 2, Region 4, Southgate Anderson, which was basically runner-up in our division, gets to take on River Rouge.
Congratulations. Yeah. That seems like a tough draw. The good news is that it's local, right? You get Rouge against Southgate, and the winner of that would also play another downriver foe, because it's going to be Trenton 5-4 taking on Riverview 8-1.
I'd be nervous if I was Riverview. Even though Trenton's 5-4, they've basically lost to who? Woodhaven,
Allen Park,
Carlson. Okay, yeah. That's it. And then probably their non-league game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would be a little concerned if I was Riverview at this point, because they're in a different. They don't play in our league.
And you bring up a good point, because even if you look at their playoff percentage points or how they calculate your playoff points, Riverview, even though they're 8-1, their number was 57.6.
Okay.
Right? But Trenton, 5-4's number was 56.7. So they're only one point away with 3 more losses. So I think you bring up a good point there.
I'd be nervous if I was Riverview. I would be. Up at the top, Dearborn and Fordson is qualifying at 5-4, but they've got to go to Southfield Arts and Technology, an 8-1 team. Yeah. But they're in. I mean, they're in. Once you get in.
Yeah, anything can happen. Bad news for them. I can't think of that quarterback's name, but if you recall, when the kid was going into 9th grade, Jim Harbaugh offered him a scholarship to Michigan.
That's the kid.
That's the kid
school?
At Southfield. Yeah,
oh, okay.
He's the quarterback there.
Okay.
And he's a senior this year, so.
And that winner there is going to take on either Cass Tech or Westland John Glenn, and those are probably 2 schools you don't want to mess with either.
And that's interesting that Cass Tech is so low, 6-3. Obviously, they had some losses. I know they lost to like an Ohio team. They didn't lose to King, so I don't even know who else they could have lost to. But that should be a good clash. Defending state champs, Cass Tech against Westland John Glenn. So.
Yeah, I'd be nervous in that division. What else we got here? Carlson Airport. They were 8-1 in their league. They've got to play Detroit East English, which I would not know who that is.
Yeah, East English used to be Finney High, so it's right off of Cashew.
Okay.
Now, the crazy thing about that, though, is we're talking about a school that probably was Class A forever, right? Class A, meaning that they had 2,000 or something kids.
Division I,
yeah.
right.
So now they're down to Region 4. I think it's District 4, really.
I think so.
You know what I mean? So that's a smaller school now, and they're playing against Airport. They're going to have a lot of kids, man. They're going to have a lot of kids that can play at East English.
And another local team, Dearborn Divine Child, snuck in with 5-4. They've got to play Redford Union, and if I know anything about Redford Union, they've always been pretty solid.
Yeah, definitely.
So they're tough matchups for them.
And now as we get down to some of Region 4, District 1, you got Ann Arbor, Gabriel Richard, and they're going up against Dearborn Heights, Robichaud. What's that? Tyrone Wheatley High.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
and a couple of evenly matched point totals. I mean, 49-38. That's not as close as the other one, but both teams 7-2, 6-3.
Yeah.
I have to say the home team's favored there.
And then the next matchup in that district would be Detroit Denby versus Detroit Southeastern. Now, Southeastern beat Ecorse Friday, 12-6.
Okay.
So that was a good game, and I told you I went to that Ecorse game last week, and they had a lot of wiggle and they were really fast. So seems like Southeastern might be okay. It might be pretty good.
They held it to 6 points.
Yeah,
just maybe. Moving on down in the Region 4 District 2, and like you say, there's eight different districts, but we got Milan, or Milan, as they call it here in Michigan.
Yeah.
Milan when you're in Italy. Playing Flat Rock. Flat Rock being 6-3. Get the host.
Yeah, I like the Rocks. I like Flat Rock in that game. Milan's 4-5. They scuffled in, but
Yeah.
the next one, though, you think about a rivalry. I think that this has the potential to be a big rivalry where you look at Romulus Summit Academy against Romulus High. If nothing else, Romulus should be angry with Summit because I know they're taking their kids.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Because Summit's been good for the last 3 years.
And they're really good. They're handpicking who they pick, and they're getting their strong basketball. They're strong. Their bowling team even is a strong bowling team now and never used to be, so.
And even think of it like this, Coach. If you look at it from the standpoint, and we talked about, I know when I played, Romulus was Class A. They were like the big wig with Terry Mills and all those cats there. Now they're playing against Romulus Summit. So they've taken so many kids from them that they're in the same division.
Right. Gotcha.
Yeah, so that's going to be a good one.
And a big one, I think, speaking of Ecorse, who was 7-1, Detroit Pershing, who snuck in at 5-4. And if you think of 5-4, our local Bears were 3-5. You sneak in at 5-4, you just had to have a game go your way.
Yes.
That takes one off the loss, one in the plus. So 2 games go their way, and they're in.
They're in. Yeah. And then the last game that we'll highlight, I guess, is the old Redford, 8-1, and then they play against Detroit Edison. Detroit Edison's right there in the Eastern Market. So they're an up-and-coming school.
I got one more. Gabriel Richard here in Riverview. They got to go to Mount Clemens and play.
Oh, yeah. That'll be a good one. It's going to be a lot of football.
This weekend is high school football shebang.
Yeah. And what's it? So it's 32 teams, six or seven divisions, a couple hundred schools that'll be playing Friday and probably Saturday into Saturday. So it should be, a great weekend for football, and we're going to have some great results and some good games, it looks like, based on the scoring.
And then even the matchups the following week, if you take any of this, the matchups after this weekend's games are going to be tough. But you know what? When you get to the finals, you have solid coaching, solid players, and a lot of players.
Yeah.
Very few teams get in, that only have, 26 on their roster.
Right.
Smaller, Division 7 or 8,
sure.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. But it's going to be a test of their will,
Yes.
See how much they can do. But no, I look forward to it, man. The pigskin's getting hot. It's time to go.
That's right. And then the finals are at Ford Field Friday and Saturday, Thanksgiving weekend. So that's 4 weeks away. We'll have a lot. We'll know a lot more by then.
Wow,
we didn't mention Belleville anywhere. Have they been suspended?
No, they're playing. Yeah, they're the top seed in Division 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I printed any Division 1 because we didn't have any schools.
Correct.
Going in there.
Yeah, but I looked at they play. I can't recall who they play, but they're like.
Does it matter?
Yeah, I don't think so, because just like how we're looking at these numbers, maybe the highest one I saw was 70-something. Belleville was like a 90.
Oh, okay.
So they've been.
Well, we
plugging
wish
along.
them. They're semi downriver. They're a little farther down the river, but
Definitely. Yeah,
we wish them luck.
They're on the cusp.
We talk about Flat Rock a little farther down. You're in Belleville.
Yeah.
Or over.
Yeah.
Where do you want to go?
I like tennis.
All right. Well, they had the state finals in tennis this weekend. They were held up in Midland. Great facilities up there from what I understand. And we had 3 downriver teams represented in Division II. Gibraltar, Carlson, Trenton, and Wyandotte Roosevelt. And I believe there were 30-ish schools up there competing for the top spot.
In state tennis, right?
Yeah, I might not have been 30, but between our 3 schools, we finished 20th, 21st, 22nd.
Yeah.
I think is how it worked.
And I think that
Yeah.
29 points won you the state championship, right?
Correct. That was shocking, but that was in D2. That was Midland Dow playing on their home court.
Yeah.
You know, and obviously they're a tennis school because that's their 2nd straight team title. But locally, you know, for Roosevelt, they got 2 points. They got a single point from Emmett Oswald and a single point from Brendan Bayon. That was number 2 singles, number 4 singles. And you get a point if you win your match. And you've got doubles and everything else going on. And you add it all up. And 29 we didn't have.
Yeah.
But
just 27 away. Yeah, it's not bad.
no, you know, the like I say, Trenton had a kid in here too, and so did
Carlson
Trenton
scored 3.
Okay. Yeah, Trenton had 1 point, and that was Brendan Wright. You know, he won his singles match.
So does that make them state champions?
No, that's a whole different thing. You got to keep competing and getting farther round and round and round, and then if you win, you're the last guy standing in D2, then you win the individual.
So I see what you're saying. This is a team. This is the team one.
Yeah.
And then later on they'll keep.
No,
going.
I think it's all. Well, I'm not sure because the singles would be included in the team event, and you're in like a block of, let's say, 32 guys. You win the first round, you get a point. You win the second round, you probably get 2 points. And you're the last guy standing. You end up with 29 points, not 29 by yourself.
I see what you're saying.
But a couple Midland Dow guys win singles and doubles, and
yeah, it's accumulated.
I would think.
Yeah, it makes sense.
We'll look into that one of these days. The tennis not my strong point. The Squids, the state finals are coming up November 1st and November 3rd, diving on the 1st and swimmers on the 3rd. And Wyandottes got an undefeated swim team.
Wow.
They're taken to the state finals.
So they should be favorite. They should be
competitive.
Definitely.
That's the word, I think. Yeah. Because, you know, it's funny how I used to talk to the Allen Park AD all the time back in the day when I first started my business because I was trying to build my business. And, you know, their volleyball in Allen Park, bar none, you know, between them, Woodhaven now, and Trenton, whatever. And our school's doing okay in volleyball, too. But he'd say, you know, we can do good around here. We do well. He says, but then, man, we go up against those South Lions and all that, and it's a whole different world in the state finals. So we'll see how the swimmers do. I mean, I'm proud that they're undefeated for a season. That's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, and they had to
Hard
win
to do.
They had to win the downriver being undefeated.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything about that yet.
Yeah.
I try to dissect, you know, we don't have our buddy anymore. Yeah, I try to dissect the News Herald the best I can and go online and look. Like MHSAA has a nice site, but first day back from being away, I was busy at work.
Sure.
No excuses. I just work for a living.
Yeah,
so do you.
Yeah, all day.
We rely on Caroline. Without Caroline, we wouldn't have any information.
It'd be tough, but she does a great job. Thank you, Miss Caroline.
That's right.
The other thing, though, is golf, right?
Yes.
The ladies are teeing it up, or teed it up, and we know Woodhaven's Abigail Sacco, she finished 15th at the D1 state finals.
Out of 103 golfers, not bad.
Not bad at all. And when you figure that she shot a 12 over, right?
86.
Which is 86. And then the next round, she shot a 79.
So a few nerves, maybe, you know, to
the
start
first
out.
day?
Yeah,
Yeah.
first day, some nerves. I mean, she was 30 strokes better than last year. She shot 165. so she shot 195 last year. That's like 100, just about, so she's much better. She's working at her game. Good for her. There weren't a lot of downriver kids that did any better than that. I mean, 15th in the state finals.
Nah. It says Dearborn High had freshman Carlisa Post. She went to traverse the links at Forest Hills.
Forest Acres over there at MSU.
Oh.
Nice track.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. My brother used to go there. He used to drag us out there. It's a nice track. I mean, the college plays there. And so it's a nice track.
Definitely.
She had 187 for her 2 days total, and she was only one of 10 freshmen in the field. So, Calissa Post for Dearborn High, we'll be hearing about her, I think, in the years to come.
And if she shot the 187, she still was a little better than Sacco was last year.
Yeah.
And she was only a freshman this year, so she's got a chance. Like you say, if she could knock 30 off.
She's going to Dearborn High. I wonder if they're members at TPC or Dearborn Country Club.
Yeah. But
Who knows?
I wonder, is it feasible to knock 30 off next year, do a 157, and then knock 30 off again?
Well, you're not going to get
Not gonna
30
get 30
off.
again?
No, because 140 would be par, 144. So anyone that shoots under par at the state title, I don't even know if we have what the winner had because we copied and pasted, but team champions, Farmington Hills Mercy,
Which was a repeat.
Yes, and then they beat out their rival, Bloomfield Hills, Cranbrook, Kingswood. There's no money there at that school, is there?
There's a
Just
little bit.
A little bit.
It says as a team they shot 653 for first place.
And Lauren Davis of Coopersville shot 140. So she was 2 under both days, aggregate. Yeah. She might have been 4 under the first day, par the next day. Who knows? Good for her, though. She's striping it. You want her on your scramble team.
Definitely.
Put the women on the tees way up front. She hits it farther than all of us.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Locally, Gibraltar Carson as a team finished 16th.
Oh, not bad.
806 out of 18 teams, right?
That's not bad at all.
While New Boston, 836, rounded out the field with 18th. So,
oh, look at that.
There's some downriver news.
That's right. The golf is over. So I know, I wonder if any of the golfing girls here in Roosevelt, we're going to have tryouts for bowling there, golfing girls.
Yeah, it's that
You
time.
got nothing to do in your fall season. So
You can strengthen your core.
that's right.
You strengthen your
We
core
certainly
by
could do
bowling.
that.
And
Yes, we could.
We get them together.
I think in cross country we got some state finalists too. Eleanor Grant and Ethan Johnson, I believe, are going to be competing here soon. We don't have the dates. I know we're getting close to wrapping up. You want to about 5 minutes or so? All right. What else you got over there?
We during the football conversation, we kind of missed I failed to tell you that the Prep Bowl happened, which is something like the Catholic League Bowl. It was on the 21st. Macomb Lutheran played against Ann Arbor Gabriel Richard, and Macomb Lutheran won 17-7. I like the nicknames for those schools. Macomb Lutheran's the Mustangs.
Okay.
All right. And then the Fighting Irish makes sense for Ann Arbor Gabriel Richard, right? So that happened. And then Clarkston Everest Collegiate won 35-28. So.
And the Prep Bowl's the finals of the Catholic League,
it's
basically?
the Catholic League, yeah.
But now a lot of those teams do play in the big finals in a month, some of them. I mean, wasn't at one time like, what do I want to say, the Bloomfield schools, they were like the Catholic.
Detroit Catholic Central. Detroit Catholic Central is Novi Catholic Central now, if that's what you mean. Like,
And so they play a regular schedule.
Yeah.
They don't compete in that anymore.
and this looks like it might have been the down, like the
Lower
group-
tier.
Yeah, like
Lower
because you don't see those bigger schools in it. And I know back in the day they used to have like Catholic schools versus the city champ. And now that doesn't look like that with those two teams, but I know that was also a thing.
I know all the time that Gabriel Richard would play Riverview, when I umpired. It was always like a doubleheader scrimmage early in the year and stuff like that. And even Mount Carmel and Wyandotte, there were two baseball teams that play over there on Pennsylvania Road and do a doubleheader, in the afternoon one day, just right before, like in late April or early April.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most disappointing thing this weekend?
For me?
No, you weren't here, so you kind of missed it.
Michigan
versus Michigan State.
Oh, dude, that was brutal. It was, but nothing more brutal than waiting to get on an airplane to come into Detroit and everybody sitting there watching on their phones the debacle that was the Lions. Okay, that was even worse. That you get, I was following it too, and the guy behind me, he was a blast because he was like, he'd just go, nope, they just scored again, 21-0, And you start with four plays. Yeah, the whole Michigan we're not cheaters thing is not going to wash very well. The U of M fans are so faithful that they would follow Jim Harbaugh right off a bridge. Unfortunately, they've already been caught cheating before. If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Yeah, but come on. If you don't change your signals
from game to
game, you're not playing big-time college football. I don't see. Now, maybe I shouldn't send my person in person to see you practice or whatever the case may be.
That's where the rule gets bent. We'll find out more as time goes on.
Yeah.
I'll say this about the not cheating, not trying. I played hardball, until I was 25 years old. Our signals changed every 3 innings, at least the indicator.
Got to.
And sometimes more than that.
Yeah.
Hat, nose, shoulder,
something
starts that signal. And then if you brush here, depending on, sometimes it's just count the taps.
Yeah.
Everything changed. You had to be smart to play baseball, believe it or not.
Definitely.
All sports.
All of them.
Signals changed all the time.
And you got to.
And if you missed one,
you better go over.
Yeah.
Please go again, Coach.
All right, so we're running out of time here. It was great to be back for the second week in a row. We'll try to make it 3 next week, Mr. Brown. I'm Marty Janeski. That's Ken Brown right there. We are your host of Local Sports Wrap-Up, and it is time to go. Thanks for watching. Hi, Mom, and I'll be having a birthday Thursday.
Happy birthday.